How's it going, guys? We're going to start something I'm probably pretty sure you've not seen before, but maybe some of you have. This is called the Pythagorean Theorem. Now, I remember learning this in high school, and I had a friend named Josh. We used to make fun of this, and we'd shortened it and called it the Pythagi. So you might hear me say the Pythagi. I hope not. I hope I say the correct word, which is the Pythagorean Theorem. Now, here's what this is. This works on right triangles, okay? So look down here. It's got to be a right triangle. It's got to have that 90-degree angle in it. And here's what the Pythagorean theorem is, and it works. If you know two side lengths of any triangle, you can find the third side length, okay? But you got to know those two side lengths using the Pythagorean theorem. And here is the formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That's the formula forever, okay? Now, here's what you're going to need to know. The hypotenuse, that's a funny word. Sometimes I'll say hypotenuse, sometimes I might say the slanted or the leaning side, okay? But that's called the hypotenuse. It is always the longest side. Now, on some of my drawings, it may not look like that because I'm not much of an artist, okay? But it's always the longest side. Now, think about why, okay? It looks like that from here to here, and from here to here, well, they both stop right here, don't they? But if I cut that and straightened that side up, it would probably be about this tall, okay? So just know that the hypotenuse is the longest side, and this is the key. C, in our formula right here, C is always the hypotenuse. You have to know that, okay? If you want to call this A and this B, that's fine. If you want to call this B and this A, that's fine. This is C every time, the hypotenuse, the slanted side, okay? That's the main rule that you need to know. Now, here's what we've got. Whoops, right triangle. Here's the formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I think that these are a little easier when what you are missing, when the X is the hypotenuse. Here's why. You're going to do 5 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. And I'm going to get to add the numbers together. You'll see the difference in a minute, but when C is given, you'll see that it becomes a subtraction problem using algebra. But let's go ahead and solve this. This is 25 plus 36 equals C squared. And you are welcome to use a calculator on this because some of these are going to come out. Sometimes they come out to a whole number, but not often, okay? Now I'm going to add these together. That's 36, 46, 56, 61 equals C squared. Now, I hope you remember that when we are doing algebra, that you have to do the opposite, okay? So what we've got to figure out here is what in the world is the opposite of squaring something, okay? Now, if you'll think back, here is the opposite, a square root. Let's see why. 6 squared is 36, okay? But the square root of 36 is 6, okay? So here's how you're going to do this. You're going to take the square root of both sides. When you take the square root of C squared, what that does is it cancels out the squared and it just leaves C, okay? So on my trusty calculator, I'm simply going to press 61 and then I'm going to press square root, and it says 7.81, and it actually says 0.249676, but just remember, just make it look like money, okay? There's no reason for us to write all those numbers down, all right? That's how you do this. Let's look at another one. The first thing I notice is the X is again on the hypotenuse, the C, okay? So it really doesn't matter if you call this A or B. It doesn't matter, okay, because the math is going to be the same. All right, so let's do 10 squared plus 5 squared equals C squared. Remember, C is always the hypotenuse, okay? Now, that would be 100 plus 25 equals C squared. 125 equals C squared. Now, we have to solve for C. That's the whole goal of every algebra problem, is trying to figure out what's the missing, what's the variable. We're going to do the opposite. excuse me, I'm going to do 125 square root. And I think that's, let's see, hold on. 125, excuse me, I'm throwing a sneezing fit over here. And it says these cancel out. Remember, that's why we did that. So C equals 11.1. And remember, X, that was what we were finding, is 11.18 actually. Let's make it look like money. All right? That's how you do this. Now, let's look at one that has C is given this time. Okay, it doesn't really change a lot. The formula's not going to change. And again, it doesn't matter if you want to call this A or B. Let me show you how I do this just because I feel like it's easier. I'll just go ahead and use the number that's given. I'll just go ahead and use that as A. Okay, you don't have to do that. You could write A squared plus 6 squared, or you could write 6 squared plus B squared. It doesn't really matter, okay? So I'm going to write 6 squared plus B squared. Now remember, I could have written A squared plus 6 squared, okay? That doesn't matter. Equals 8 squared, because remember, C equals C squared, and the hypotenuse is C. So we have to fill that in for C this time. Now let's do the math. 36 plus B squared equals 64. Now, here's where I was showing you the difference. Because our numbers are now on opposite sides of the equal sign, we've got this extra step. We have to do the opposite on both sides so that I can get B squared on the side by itself. Okay, these cancel out. That's B, squared equals, okay, let's do our little math. I'm just do it here in my head. We got to borrow there. That's going to be 8, 2. So B squared equals 28. All right, now I'm not going to try to do this one in my head. Okay, so I'm going to do 28 square root, and B equals 5.29. So 5.29 is that side, okay? And notice what the longest side is. The hypotenuse, it's always going to be the longest side, okay? Because 8 is bigger than 6 and 5.29. All right, let's look at one more of those where C is actually given, okay? 10 squared plus B squared equals 12 squared. 100 plus B squared equals 144. Now I got to get B on the side by itself, or B squared I should say. So I'm going to do the opposite on both sides. B squared equals 44. We have to do the square root of both of those. Okay, it's probably going to be around 6.5. Let's see, 44 square root says 6.63. Okay, so that side is 6.63. All right. All this takes is a little practice, okay? After we do these a couple days, some of you, especially when they come out to whole numbers, you'll be able to do some of these in your head if the numbers are right, okay? But we're not going to do that yet. Just practice using the formula, A squared plus B squared equals C squared, all right? And then the biggest key to this is whether they're giving the hypotenuse or not. Okay, you'll notice that when they give you C, it becomes a subtraction question, as where on these, when you're trying to find C, both A and B are on the same side, and you just add those numbers together after you square them. Okay, so I feel like those are a little bit easier. But just always use that formula, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And remember that the opposite of squaring something is doing the square root. Good luck, guys.